Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Social Chats. This is episode number 28, and Catherine and I are very excited about today's show. We have a local young lady that will be joining us, and I will introduce you to Penny in just a few minutes. But first, let's talk about what Social Chats is. Well, we're also live on Instagram, so hello everyone over on Instagram. Social Chats is a show that Catherine and I have put together in order to help the small business person. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to navigate your way through the ever-changing world of social media, or whether you're just starting your business off. What we like to do is we like to help you online. It doesn't matter if it's your website, networking, or social media. And how we do that today is we go out and we're always looking for people that are doing things right, people that are killing it in their industry, or people that are actually taking the time and going and helping other business to be successful online. Because it really takes an entire village for all of us to work together and be successful. And we ask those people that we find if they would like to come and join us on our show, Social Chats, and share with our viewers what it is they're doing or what it is about their business that helps another business to also become successful here in the ever-changing world of online marketing. And if you think that you would be a great guest on our show, Social Chats, it doesn't mean that you're in the social media business. It can be any kind of business. If you think that you're hitting it out of the park with your online marketing, you have an incredible website you want to share with us, or you have really good social media, we would love you to come on our show and share with our viewers exactly what it is you're doing in order to be so successful. And the more that you share, we find the more successful you yourself will be. So if you think you're a perfect person to join us on Social Chats, we would love to hear from you. And for all the people that are watching the show today online, or if you're watching the show as a replay, we encourage you to ask your questions, and our guest or Catherine and I will come back and answer them. Because you all know that when people comment, like, or share on social media, we receive a notification. So we know that you're on our page asking questions or commenting or supporting us. So without further ado, it is my pleasure today to introduce our guest. Our guest is a local young lady here in the Whistler area who has been an artist for a long, long time and has run galleries and has done an incredible job on her social media. So I've been watching Penny for years, and I've watched her social media actually transform. And now I've watched her reach out to other local artists or artists from all over Canada and also help them to start doing a better job on marketing their business. And I thought to myself, you know, Penny would be an incredible guest on Social Chat to share with us her journey on how becoming so successful. Her artwork, many different types of art that she does right here online. And so Penny Eder is our guest today with the White Dog Studios. And Penny, welcome to Social Chats.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Catherine. I know I see you in the background there. I'm really honored to be a part of your program, and I am very thankful for all the help that, Heather, you have given me over the years, and amazing support. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Penny, would you take a minute and tell our viewers a little bit about who you are and your journey?
Thanks, Heather. So, as my mother says, I've been an artist all my life. I started sculpting at a very early age through the YMCA. They had a program. I started sculpting soap And from there, I just progressed. My father was very instrumental in helping me sculpting. He started me sculpting in cement, which I got to use all the extra products from the cement. Over the years, I've made some fabulous friends as artists, and went and opened up a gallery that helped artists. It was going to be a wonderful space where artists could come in and work. Unfortunately, lost a lot of leases, and now I have to reinvent myself, and still wanting to help the artists and help myself and make sure that artists are properly represented.
Excellent. And you're doing a great job of that. And I would imagine that you do a lot of the same things that Catherine and I do, Penny, where you find a particular individual, in your case it would be an artist, and you run an audit on them. So you look at their website, you look at their social media, and tell me, what are you finding? What are you finding are the biggest mistakes that people are making today when they try to utilize social media in their marketing?
I think that a lot of the artists, they do kind of like a throw and grab. So they throw in some idea that they have, and they think that it's going to grab a wide audience. And unfortunately, it's not directed in a way that benefits their artwork or benefits their integrity. So a lot of the times it's one of the last things that they want to do. They want everybody to know about their artworks, but they don't tell the right story. So that's where I love telling stories about artists. I've gotten to know a lot of them over the years, and it's just a wonderful way to bring the art into a human factor. So what they're doing, I think, wrong is that they're not getting the proper websites, they're not getting the proper content on their social media, and that's where I help a lot.
So Penny, when you say you're looking at them, we know that they're busy.
Very busy.
In most people's cases, they're not marketing geniuses. They're a genius in the field for which they are in, which in your case, they're artists, and many different types of artists. So when it comes time for them to do their social media, they're rushing it, right?
That's a very good point. They're rushing it, and they're not getting the proper links, the proper connections. They're not spending quality time. And I always tell the artists that do what you do best, and what they do best is they make and create artwork. So they don't go and try to do dry cleaning on their own. They take it to a dry cleaner's. They don't try to fix their car on their own. They take it to an auto mechanic. So do what they do best, and that's creating their wonderful pieces of art.
I do know that there are some people that just are genuinely creative and are pulling marketing off really, really well. But I see the people that are struggling, and it's not necessarily just struggling with the time to do it, but it's the quality of the photos they're using. They're just not utilizing everything to their benefit. Penny, what can you tell me about what you think the reason behind that might be?
That they're not getting the right quality content on there. I think the reason a lot of the times, as you said, and we both talked about, is the time. They don't spend the time to put together a great content, a great calendar. They don't get they don't have the time to sit down and actually figure out what they're going to do for an entire month, and what stories to tell, how to share I guess it's just being consistent. Artists need to be a little bit more consistent and not just kind of grab at an idea for today and then think they're going to run with that. So it's a longevity of consistency.
It is. And the other thing, I can hear your doggies barking. They want to be.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they were really good for the longest time, but I think one of them is just like being over panicked. Sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine. Your name is the White Dog Studios. So what you do is you've really dedicated a lot of time to learning, not only one-on-one learning, but you have studied online a lot. And that also takes a lot of time. What made you decide that you needed to study social media to do it right?
I realized that it's a great way to get marketing out there. I know everybody seems to have a love-hate relationship with Facebook, but everybody's on there. Everybody's checking their Facebook status. They're checking things. The reason it's a really great way to communicate to people who might not already be art buyers. It's a way to communicate with people who want to follow artwork, who want to be creative. So it's an excellent way for people to grab a wider audience.
We lost your sound a little bit there, Penny. So we might be experiencing a little bit of technical glitches. Not sure. We won't know till we watch the show over again. I remember you telling me that when someone is going out to look at art, whether it doesn't matter if it's a piece of art hanging on the wall or it's pottery or ceramic tiles, that the consumer is doing 80% of their work online today. What can you tell me about that statistic and what you know about how people buy art today?
So, yeah, there's a large amount of people who are doing, and I read the reports, there's about 80% of people who are going online to research their artwork. They're researching it online. They very rarely go to they very rarely go to the bricks and mortar places to view their artwork. They might do that at the very end of their buying process, but I find generally that people want a connection with their artist. They want a connection. They want to know a story about the artist. They want to get to know the artist. And what they try to do is they try to go online, whether that be Facebook or Instagram or their own website, to try to get information about the art and the artist. And so at the very end, they might go and visit the artist studio and get their visual of the artwork. But they do spend a lot of time online ahead of time. It's like buying real estate. You go look through all of the wonderful rooms and you see what you like about it, and then you narrow it down to the parts that you actually want to see.
Everything. I mean, I'm looking at furniture and I'm looking at it all online, and I can tell you how many furniture stores have lost me or lost my business. And like Pinterest is another phenomenal place that I'm using for picking out colors, whether it's our landscaping or inside the house. Now, I know that you have some specific methods, Penny, that you use to help artists get up and running. Do you want to share what that is with our viewers today? It doesn't matter if it's art, real estate, or what your business is. All you have to do is take the information that's being shared and tailor it for your own business. Penny?
So, as most of you might know, I studied first aid and I was a ski patroller for many years. And I love acronyms, and doing all my first aid, we always had these wonderful acronyms. So I brought that, basically the first aid for artwork, into art for artists. So the one that I absolutely love is CURATE. So the acronym, for the C, you'd like to create a body of artwork. With that, you want to be consistent with your artwork. That doesn't mean you can't, as an artist, doesn't mean that you can't explore different avenues, but you want to be consistent with that. The U for under CURATE is to understand your market and understand your clients. I know that it might be a difficult way to realize who your market is, but that's why we have social media, and that's why you have people like me to help you. The R is you want to record and remember your clients' names, addresses. You want to remember and record their birth dates, their anniversaries, anything that's special to them. The other a part of that is you want to attract. So 10% of your day should be spent on attracting new clients. That should be a staple. It is my staple, almost what I do daily. 10% of my day is attracting new clients. The T on that is timing. Timing. This entails keeping a very accurate schedule in your studio. So treat your studio, your craft, your art as a job. This is your career. So you want to keep an accurate timing of when you are in your studio. Stop the mental ambushing that you get of like when you get into your studio, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? No one likes my artwork. Just stop that and just make art. Just on a side note, most artists have a really hard time with being distracted in their gallery or in their studios. So just, even if it's just putting a line across your artwork for a day, just make that a policy. Just do artwork. The E on curate is to evaluate. Evaluate your artwork, reevaluate your artwork. How much time do you spend on a piece of artwork? And evaluate how your sales are. Each month you want to evaluate and go through that whole curate process and evaluate your time. A lot of the times people will make artwork and they'll look at it and they'll say, oh, I really like that. Well, having a crow pulling an eyeball out with blood dripping down isn't really going to appeal to a lot of people. So you want to basically make some artwork that's going to sell. So that's my curate for you, Heather.
Okay, now I'm not sure if Penny's still talking. It seems like we have some more technical glitches happening. And this is technology, and it's only going to get better. But in the meantime, we have to deal with the things that we have. So I love the acronym, Penny, and I'm just going to ask you if you can hear me.
I can hear you, Heather.
Okay, good girl. Did we finish that first component of the acronym?
We finished the curate component of the acronym, and I'd be happy to write it down afterwards. When we're finished talking, I can write it down on your feed.
Awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to actually put that into the comment section, and later this week when I download this live Facebook chat onto the YouTube channel that we put it on, then we'll recreate the whole show into a blog, and we'll make sure that that information is also in the blog for you to come back to. Penny, I love that. Every single thing that you have said in that acronym, it doesn't matter what your business is what you need to be doing today. And because today we are our own marketers, we're our own designers, not in all cases, we can still hire phenomenal designers. Janet Pashley happens to be one of them in our community. We need to take the time and do exactly what Penny just shared with us. Do you have more on that, Penny?
Of course, Heather. I love acronyms. So because my business is called Creative Curator, I've taken those words and made them into acronyms. So the creative part of the Creative Curator is also, I'll break that down for acronyms for you as well. So the C is to care about what you create. Most of the artwork, and I know people always think that I love hearts. I do love hearts. Hearts, you have to put your heart into what you do. If you don't put your heart into what you create, it pulls off and people see that. So you want to care about what you create. You want to be consistent with what you create. And you want to create a community around what you create. So create a community of people who love what you do. The R on that is be reliable. Be reliable on what you say and be reliable on what you commit to. So if you're going to make a piece of artwork, be reliable. The E, and I'll go again, it's about the love and the energy that you put into it. So people can see I often say in my years of being in a gallery, I can tell exactly what an artist is going through by the paintings or by what they're making. So I can see how they're feeling, what they're going through in their family life by what they're creating. So that's the energy that goes into artwork. The A, and I said that before, make it appealing to an audience that's again creating your community. The T, be transparent. Be transparent about why you're creating it. If you know that you want to make money, you know what you want to be able to sell your artwork, so be transparent about it. That's being honest about your artwork as well too. And be transparent about saying, I love what I do. I love my artwork, and I hope you love it as well too. And that also moves us into the I, which is inviting. So you want to be inviting with your artwork. You want to invite people to view it. You want to invite people to comment on it. Most people will comment good or bad. It's still inviting them to comment. And even if they comment bad, take it as a constructive criticism and just put your energy back into what you love. The viewing, the V for viewing, you want to be able to allow people to view your artwork. So make it as easy as you can to view your artwork. That being having a great photographer take pictures of your artwork, having a great website that you can view your artwork, sharing on social media really good pieces of artwork. And the E, as you can tell, for me, it's excited. Be excited about what you do. Be excited about what you create. And that flows into making money at what you make. And that's my acronym.
You know what? I really love, well, first of all, creative, right? Create, that's fabulous. And for those of you who are just, we're sitting with Penny Eder from the White Dog Studios here in beautiful Whistler, and she's sharing with us ideas on being creative, going online, and social media marketing. You had told me something kind of cute. You said yesterday, you know, Heather, people, when they're artists, you know, the first thing that happens is, well, all their friends want pieces of their art, and then they make art for their family. So when you run out of making art for your family and your friends, can you share with our viewers how an artist can then sell outside of their close niche of friends and family?
Yeah, that's a really great one. You know, when you tell your significant others and that you are now an artist or you want to be an artist, and they'll think that's great, that's wonderful, I'd love to have a piece of your artwork. And you know, you get through these stages of people really wanting your artwork, but it's really just your family and friends who at first want your artwork. And then you get to almost a slump where it's like, okay, all my friends and family and brothers and sisters and cousins and relatives all have a piece of my artwork, but I haven't made any money. Now, what do I do? So you want to then utilize your friends and family. Get your friends and family to tell their friends and family about your artwork. So it's basically building a community, and that's that C again. You want to build a community of people who love you, people who are excited about your artwork, who have an invested interest in you creating artwork. From that, you'll maybe be sitting next to somebody who is a gallery curator, or somebody who knows or is looking for a piece of artwork, or somebody who happens to be building a new house like you guys are, and need artwork. It's all about connections and creating a community of people that you love and who love your artwork.
Yes, yeah, for sure. It's working with people that support you. That's a really big thing. So we have all of our different social media networks that we have to use. What would you recommend, Penny, to an artist that's just getting started? Where are the eyeballs when it comes to people purchasing art today? What social networks are they on? Can you share that?
Yeah, I find that Facebook is probably still one of the best places to buy and sell artwork. People can look at it, they can enlarge it, they can get a feel of the pictures that you've shared on Facebook. You can share collections of your artwork, and you can share if you're just created a new piece of artwork. You can share that on Facebook. I find it still a lot easier to share photos on Facebook than Instagram. Although Instagram, I'm finding I've just sold like 3 pieces yesterday on Instagram, which I find wonderful. Yeah. um, so the other thing that I wanted to point out too with artists are really they're very secluded in their studios. And so they need to branch out and share their process of how they create their artwork. And one of that is sharing the process. So take really good pictures of the start to finish. I have one artist in mind, Janet Asiva, who you can see this painting. This is of hers behind me. So Janet does a really great job of starting out with a picture, and can you see it? There you go. So Janet does an excellent job of taking progress reports of her pictures. So where she gets her inspiration, how she sketches it out into the canvas, and just what she does. And she puts that on social media. And it's amazing how many people really want to see how the artist does it. And that's a very easy way to share it on Facebook, I find.
That's called behind the scenes, and people love behind the scenes. And especially, you were telling us earlier that people like to know the story of the artist, you know, the inspiration behind the piece of artwork that they're doing. And you know, Penny, believe it or not, we have been chatting for almost 30 minutes now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that we put all your contact information into the comment section below. We're going to add your 2 wonderful acronyms that you shared with everyone. In closing, besides telling everyone how they can get a hold of you or come to your website to see more of what you do, if I'm an artist and I'm just starting out and I'm feeling nervous about social media, what do you recommend I do, Penny? How should I get started, and what should I get started doing?
Well, I think first of all, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you register your name as an artist. You want to make sure that you have a website that you can organize, and a good website that's under your name, not attached to another grouping of artist websites. You want to then call me, and then I can help you and I can guide you through the process of getting your artwork in the right eyes. And I spend at least 30 to 60 minutes a day on each social media site. So call me. I can definitely help you with advancing your professional career as an artist.
And how do people get a hold of you, Penny?
You can contact me on Facebook. I'm at White Dog Studios, or I also have a Facebook page called Creative Curator. You can contact me there. On Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, and the good old telephone, you can call me 604-938-2525.
Most awesome, Penny. Now I have to ask you, because Catherine is saying, we want to see the dogs. I'm going to close it off by introducing our guests coming. You know how close those dogs are, but I can give you about 1 minute to find them.
Come on, puppies. Come here. Come here, puppies. Come here. Come here, Luna.
Okay, everyone, we have had the pleasure of spending the last 30 minutes with Penny Eder from the White Dog Studios, and there's the doggies right there.
Good puppies. Good puppies.
Oh, they're absolutely adorable. Penny, thank you so, so much, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll be in touch soon.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Thank you very much, Heather. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Well, everyone, we have come to the end of our 30-minute show on episode number 28 of Social Chats. And we are really excited because we already know who our guest is going to be next week on Social Chats. But between then and our next show, Catherine and I are heading to San Diego, to the social media marketing world, and we will be doing quite a few live shows live from San Diego, and we're quite excited about that. But after, when we get back on Wednesday, March the 7th at 12 noon, we have a guest on our show, Margaret Wong from Dexter Associates Realty. And Margaret is one of our students that started with us in later part of last year in November, and she is killing it on Instagram, and she is so dedicated to learning that we wanted her to come and be on our show and share with you her journey. So once again, from Catherine, who's running in the back end here helping out, and myself, Heather, this is Keep It Simple Social Media, and our motto to you is keep it simple.